Hey everyone, my name is Jeremy, and I must warn you, this video is not for the faint at heart. It's gonna be so good though. Now I wish there was somebody behind me playing like sexy saxophone music right now to set the tone, but the most I can do for you to soften the blow of the, well, sensitive things I'm about to discuss, I'm going to at least give us some mood lighting. So slip into something more comfortable, maybe light a candle of your own, maybe even put on some smooth jazz to listen to in the background, because we are going to be talking about sex and cannabis today. Specifically, we are going to be talking about THC infused lubricant. Now there's 3 quick things that I need to share with you before I properly dive into this video. Actually, there's 4. 1, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content just like this. Okay, so maybe not exactly like this because I'm not always talking about sex and cannabis specifically, but if you do want to hear more about cannabis, I am your lady. Now that you've subscribed, I've got 3 more things to tell you. 1, if you don't have the misfortune of knowing me personally, you might not already know that I am very comfortable talking about sex. I guess the way that I see it is that most people are already having sex, and if they're not having sex, then they want to be having sex. So if it's something we're already doing or we're wanting to do, then why can't we all just talk about it? The second thing is, I've always wanted to film a video like this, but not necessarily specifically right now. But then I was flooded with inspiration and I couldn't quite ignore that. The flood of inspiration was due to the fact that I was recently invited to speak on a podcast called The Sexually Liberated Woman, and I had the opportunity to speak about sex and cannabis. It was so fun! Oh, and did I mention that The Sexually Liberated Woman is ran by Evian Whitney, who just happens to be my legendary big sister. The work that she does empowers people to step out of shame, fear, and trauma and into sexual liberation. You can find her work at evianwhitney.com. You can also find the podcast at sexuallyliberatedwoman.com. So after this video wraps up, head over to her website and listen to the podcast we did together on sex and cannabis. The 4th thing that you need to know is this video was actually pretty groundbreaking for me, and not just because I'm talking about sex and cannabis. It's groundbreaking because this is the first time that I've ever spoken about a specific brand and a specific product. I kind of personally told myself that I would avoid doing that for as long as humanly possible. But I'm honestly so passionate about this brand and this product that it feels like a crime to not talk about it. That being said, the brand that I'm about to talk about, Luminous Botanicals, has in no way, shape, or form compensated me for talking about their product. Basically, they didn't ask and they don't even know that I'm making this video. Okay, let's talk about sexy things now. Alright, so if you've never heard of a cannabis lubricant before, it will essentially be used in the same manner that a non-cannabis infused lubricant would be. You can use it internally or externally, and of course it's there to get things moving easier in the moment. Now the exciting thing about a THC infused lubricant is the fact that the THC itself does act as a stimulant. And I'm not talking about non-cannabis infused lubricants on the market that are warming and provide stimulating sensations. But what they're typically doing is adding something like capsaicin that literally just makes your parts like kind of warm and tingly because there's like actual peppers on it. This is something else entirely. The simple fact is, when you put THC into a lubricant and apply it to your body, it is going to be stimulating in the most magical way. I'm talking about actual mind-blowing, eyes rolling in the back of your head stimulation. Now before I get any further, I do want to mention how a cannabis lubricant can impact him versus her. So a high THC blend of cannabis infused lubricant would be stimulating for her and him both. However, if we had a blend that had a 1-to-1 ratio or a large addition of CBD in it, it could help him last longer, and it could help provide her with more relief if she's experienced any pain or discomfort during intercourse. So essentially there's stimulation for both her and him, making it just as enjoyable of an experience no matter what gender you are or what gender you're playing with. Everybody wins. Now, just because we might start to see more THC infused lubricants on the market, that does not mean that all are created equal. So again, today is me specifically talking about a THC infused lubricant by Luminous Botanicals called Dew, their sensual cannabis oil. Some quick background on Luminous Botanicals. They essentially got their start in around 2014 in the medical market here in Oregon. It's owned by Devin Anthony and Sally Alworth. What I find fascinating is that I use Luminous Botanicals products so often that I tend to forget how small scale of an operation they are. I'm thinking there's like 50 people back here making all this magic tonic. Instead, it's actually only a crew of 7 people who are kicking out all of this cannabis magic. And they're really, really good people too. They are some of my favorite people in the cannabis industry. So again, that makes me a lot more comfortable talking about this, but I know the product is just as good as the people. So since it's not like I have one of their employees right here just to show you so you can believe in how fantastic they are, I can at least talk to you about why I believe so strongly in the product itself. That is because of the ingredients that are put into it. This is a very simple blend, and that is beautiful. We have cannabis, organic almond oil, organic coconut oil, and natural flavors. And by natural flavors, they mean very well sourced essential oils that are strategically used in this blend to not only smell fantastic, but work wonderfully. Now, Luminous Botanicals is also going to be known for their universal cannabis tonic, which is a really fascinating tincture that you can actually ingest, apply topically, or use sensually. I would love to talk more about their universal cannabis tonic, but today I'm specifically going to be highlighting their Luminous Dew, which is their sensual cannabis oil. Again, what allows me to stand so confidently by Luminous Botanicals products is that I know confidently where they source their flower that goes into this product. So Luminous Botanicals exclusively works with farms that are clean green certified, which is the equivalent of certified organic in the cannabis industry. That means that the flower that was grown and put into this product was grown by farms that are very committed to organic and sustainable methods. And I think it also goes without saying that you probably shouldn't apply anything down there that you wouldn't put in here. So Luminous Botanicals essentially has 2 different blends for their sensual cannabis oil. And I've got to say, this probably works in my favor as a good way to assure you that they have not paid me to do this video. I thought that I actually had the second blend on hand, the Comfort 1:1 ratio. Turns out I only have 2 of these. I have 2 high THC blends currently. No Comfort 1:1. So my bad, but I will undoubtedly chat you up about the 1:1 as well because it is magic. So yeah, I'm pretty sure if they paid me, they probably would have wanted me to have both. So maybe you'll find comfort in that. My only consolation is that the way that the product comes packaged is going to be similar, whether or not you're buying the high THC or the balanced 1:1 blend. What's fantastic about this product as well is that the Luminous Dew does come in a little pump bottle here. I find this pump bottle to be fantastic because when you utilize this product, it does not disrupt the mood or the moment. This product is simply ready to go once it's out of the package. A pump or 2, and I assure you, you and your partner will probably be on a journey together to outer space. So what's fun about Luminous as a whole is all of their products that they currently offer are safe to ingest. Not only are the products going to be edible, but they're also going to be safe to use with toys, and also a blast to use during either solo or partner play. So you could be single and Luminous Botanicals Dew can still rock your world. You don't need a partner to play? So I think by now you're starting to get an idea of how diverse Luminous Botanicals products are. But there's more. So not only can you use Luminous Botanicals Dew as a sexual or sensual lubricant, you can also use it as a massage oil, which again is even more fantastic than any massage oil you likely have in your cabinet right now. The other fascinating use of this versatile product is the fact that you can also use this dew as a suppository. So if you have a vagina, you can actually utilize this product by placing some of the oil on a tampon or outside of a menstrual cup, and when you place that inside of you, you're going to get relief. There's a spider on me! Ah, go away, buddy. Go away. This is the second time don't know. I'm just not into it. I don't know, it's gone now. It'll probably be back in a second. Okay, again, this can be placed on a tampon or outside of a menstrual cup, inserted inside of you, and provides you with great relief from cramping, endometriosis, and other discomforts. So even if you're not trying to have sex necessarily and you just want to feel better, you can use these products internally. Before I say this next thing about the comfort blend, if you're pretty squeamish and shy, then maybe you should cover your ears. So Luminous Botanicals Dew can also be used to help increase comfort levels during anal play. And yes, I'm sure you're like, why are you saying these things, Jeremy? But I'm doing this to make your life or the life of somebody you know better. It's going to add some ease and comfort into the situation, be fairly relieving. So again, while that's a lot to have to say, keep an open mind and know that again, this product is intensely versatile. You can stop blushing now. What I find fantastic though is even if you're not utilizing Luminous Dew necessarily for the relief aspect, the one-to-one comfort blend is still very wonderfully stimulating and exciting. So you don't necessarily have to trade comfort for pleasure. In this product, you could essentially get both at the same time. While we are on the topic of... Buddy, no, I mashed you. I think I just killed the spider. I feel bad. I'm sorry, little dude. That just scared me. It tickled. Fuck. Moment of silence for the spider. Sorry, little buddy. Okay, I'll move forward from my grief. While we are talking about blends of cannabis infused lubricants, I will talk about other brands for just a second. What I want to quickly talk about is cannabis infused lubricants that only have CBD in them and no THC whatsoever. There are certain brands out there that are promoting a CBD only lubricant as being stimulating, but they are not stimulating, period. CBD is going to reduce inflammation and provide relief, but again, it is not going to heighten your arousal, it is not going to stimulate you, it is not necessarily going to increase the frequency or ability to orgasm. And that is what a THC lubricant does. A THC lubricant can increase arousal, increase stimulation, give us easier access to our orgasms, increase the length and frequency of our orgasms. Stop blushing. And it just feels like when you finally do climax that it's this otherworldly, earth-shattering, mind-blowing experience. I especially love this product as well because I deal with widespread chronic pain all over my body, and any product that can get me so locked into the present moment, no longer thinking about my pain and discomfort, I am sold. And that is what Luminous is giving me. Every time I use it, I am there, nowhere else, and where I am feels like the moon. Warnings, warnings, warnings. There are a couple more things that I need you to know before you decide to grab your partner and run into the bedroom. First, I've not yet encountered a cannabis-infused lubricant that was safe to use with latex. So if you are a condom user, that is something you undoubtedly have to keep in mind before purchasing a product like this. The other thing is that if you are using a THC-infused lubricant in the bedroom, you do run the risk of intoxication. Women run a higher risk of that intoxication due to the mucous membranes we have in our lower half, but men technically do run the same risk. Most people I encounter do not experience intoxication from utilizing this product, but I definitely have encountered some people who do. Now again, what I love about this Luminous Botanicals product is that it is safe to ingest, so if you're doing any oral play, that's fun and fantastic, but if we step into oral play with a high THC blend, you will run the greatest risk of intoxication, even versus just applying it to your nether regions. Lastly, you could potentially fail a drug test by utilizing this product. So if you're not smoking or consuming THC specifically because you don't want to fail a drug test and you don't want to be intoxicated, a THC infused lubricant would probably not be the right way to go. So play mindfully and know that this could be one of the most fun things that you introduce into your bedroom. Luminous Botanicals Dew can only be found in the state of Oregon for purchase because it does have THC in it. So if you are not not from Oregon, I am so sorry, you might not have access to this fantastic product, but I'd say this would be a pretty fun excuse to visit the state of Oregon. And keep an eye out in your state for similar products as cannabis continues to legalize across the nation. So those were all the sexy thoughts that I had to share with you today. I hope that this empowers you to know that you can invite cannabis into your bedroom in a really beautiful and impactful manner. So again, big shout out to Luminous Botanicals. It is truly an honor to be able to talk about and feature this product. Before I leave you completely, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel and you want to learn more about how cannabis can be utilized to impact your well-being, relief, relaxation, or pleasure, subscribe. You can also like my Facebook page, Climb the Sea, and add me on Instagram as well at Climb the Sea. So subscribe, like my Facebook page, like me on Instagram, share with a friend, and I am happy. And we did it, guys. We just talked about sex and cannabis. Seriously though, it's all right if you're still blushing. I see you. Yeah, we did it. Sex and cannabis. Sex and cannabis. Seriously though, this has been fun, and I will catch you on the next one.